This season of Quantum Kickflip is brought to you by MythWorks. Original worlds, original stories. Find out more at www.myth.works.
Previously on Quantum Kickflip.
The school year at Bright Academy is entering its twilight. Graduation is so tantalizingly close, and the quad is finally open.
Panacea Zarth, she has got dirt on Marla so deep and so dirty that I don't even know it.
Going on the Wanda curve in Prismatia is the way that a team can, you submit the video and that's a part of your way of auditioning or trying out for the XBF. That's the Extreme Blaster Federation. You gotta try out for this.
Wait, you think we're ready for the XBF?
I was busy getting all these posters ready. And it's the posters of Jake and Miserée.
Jake, these look amazing!
You two are great together. Everything's great and peachy keen.
Suddenly you see this large, expanding hand. This thing is physically forcing its way through the portal.
This is the Soliton that we met in the Golden Jungle.
Yes, it is.
I'm assuming he's after me. Do you remember I took a gem as a trophy?
Suddenly the Soliton lets out a burst of energy. Jake just got sent into a random dimension without nth gear technology.
Yeah, Operablum. He's in Operablum. I got a lock. If I'm understanding correctly, you guys are going to try and take a gem and lead this thing on a wild goose chase to somewhere remote.
Yeah.
And that leaves me and Miserée to mount a rescue mission.
The mop bucket kicks into nth gear.
And you find yourselves in your home dimension of Vestige.
We could try to lose it in the mall?
We gotta find the top of the skylight above the water park.
Make the Soliton fight the shark. Make the Soliton fight the shark.
The sword sliders have Jake in their hands, and they turn and look at you.
Give me back my prom king!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Quantum Kickflip, a Slugblaster actual play podcast. My name is David Ray, and I'm your Slugblaster Game Master podcaster. I'm here with four of my best and funniest friends, and we're going to introduce ourselves with a time when you're like a little kid and you committed a little crime that you didn't want discovered.
Hello, my name is Robyn. I play Goby Lubgorch, the Smarts playbook with the powered armor, and one time when I don't know how old I would have been, but preschool aged, between nothing and 5. I climbed up onto the counter in our kitchen to steal cookies while my parents were out of the room, and then heard my parents, approaching the room that I was in. So rather than climb down carefully, I just jumped off the counter so they wouldn't catch me with my hand in the cookie jar, literally. And apparently broke my leg, but walked around on it for a day because I didn't want to admit how I had broken it.
Oh, no.
But my parents noticed me limping and were like, is there something going on? You look hurt. And then I broke down into tears and confessed everything. And they were like, it's fine. We need to take you to a hospital. Don't worry.
I love the commitment to such a small crime. Just, no one can know about this.
This goes to the grave.
Well, I guess who I can trust if I need to bury a body, I suppose. Yeah,
exactly. Just give me a cookie.
Hi, I'm Liam. I play Esther Infinitē, the Guts playbook with the jailbroken microphone, and I am the older brother by 2 years of one older brother, and I cannot count the number of times where we would be roughhousing or fighting, and I would hit my younger brother too hard, and then when it became evident that I have crossed a line, instead of being like, oh, I'm sorry, or oh, are you okay? Being like, don't you say a goddamn word. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Do not call mom down here. If you call her down here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, quiet.
Wow.
Well, I know who I can turn to if I need to get into protectioneering,
Yeah.
Racketeering.
Somebody kept silent.
Yeah. Specifically younger brother Creswick.
Hello, my name is Michael Vetsch, and I'm here playing the Grit Playbook Flobert, Bubby, Slyman, the Sentient Goo Boy.
And through a lot of my childhood, I did go to like after school care. And when I was in elementary, the particular program I was at had a bunch of Lego in the room, and you'd like among the different toys and games and stuff you could play with. There was all this Lego. There was a particular like really cool space helmet piece, and I was like, man, I don't have any pieces like this at my house. So I brought it home with me. And then I felt bad about it, and I brought it back the next day.
Classic troublemaker. Hi, I'm Laena, and I play Miserée, the Heart Playbook. She's the Void monster with the Void backpack abilities, and I got nothing. I'm not trying to like dodge the prompt by like keeping my secrets hidden or whatever. I am trying to think of something that would suit this. And
Sorry, Dave, it's an airtight alibi. They said they didn't do it.
yeah, I said I didn't do it, so you got nothing on me or child me.
You can own up to fraud. You pretended to be a girl for a long time.
Yeah, that was on purpose.
Yeah. You hit it so well, even from yourself.
Yeah. And then sometime in my like mid to late 20s, I was like, aha, I fooled you all. Got your asses.
And said into a mirror.
Yep.
And as I said, I'm David Ray. I also play Jake Stanley, the Chill Playbook with the Riff Ninja sneakers. And there was a game I really liked renting from the local grocery store called Shining Force, and I loved it. I would rent it like every weekend. I loved it, and I was like, I should just buy this game. So I went and bought it. I got it from a used store, and I brought it back home and I started playing, and it did not save. And I didn't know why. Like, it couldn't save the game, so I just have to play, and then I have to go to bed now, and I guess I got to start again. And I got frustrated. And then one day I had an idea. And I went down to Burgess Quality Foods. I rented Shining Force from there, and when it was time to return it, the wrong one went back in the case, and I thought I got away with it. And
What?
I thought until like a little bit later, the owner like contacted me and was just like, "Hey, did you swap the thing?" And I was like, yeah. And I got caught out, and so I had to go back. And I felt,
How did they know?
because
You're the only kid renting it every week, and something's
and
wrong.
somebody else rented it, and it was just like, this game doesn't save anymore. And like, I guess they just traced it back to me. And then it turns out I took the game into the store that I bought it from in Brandon, and they're just like, oh yeah, you just need to swap out this battery, and then it's fine. So it was like I did this crime for no reason. And I got in trouble, and that was like the most trouble I got in, because it involved a phone call.
Yeah. Damn.
So the last time we played, our characters were trying to hide things away and be sneaky, and or potentially in a lot of trouble. In the dimension of Vestige, we had our friends Flobert and Esther Infinitē, who are trying to have this Soliton gem and keep it away from the Soliton. And Esther is trying to figure out a way of like, how can I keep this gem? Is it possible? Or is this god-like clockwork entity just going to follow me forever? In the Operabulum, on the other hand, Goby and Miserée had been pursuing and trying to find their friend Jake, who'd been smashed into another dimension, and they are about to try to rescue them. I think that's everything that we needed to talk about, what happened last time. With that, it's time to play the game. It's time to play Slugblaster! The right knee of a sword slider pins the unconscious, iron-cuffed body of Jake Stanley face down onto the metal grate floor of the thoroughfare of this highly industrialized level of the Lansdowne Enterprise Megatower. Casual passersby avert their gaze from the situation and continue towards the check-in point for their next shift as fabricators, electricians, or rust harvesters. A second sword slider stands with Jake's driver's license in hand and is reporting into Central. Both sliders are dressed in their glossy black neoplast armor, including an inhuman, faceless, vaguely skull-shaped helmet, and their whole Myper-influenced power suits is complete with unnecessary but frickin' sweet neon blue underglow that highlight the edge of each armor plate. The one standing continues with his report, all speaking in Opera Abler. According to auto-translation, individual has ID from the null dimension, indicating his name to be Jacob Stanley. He is 53 Gleepnarks tall. He was found unarmed and unconscious. The one with the knee in Jake's back has a poster recovered from Jake's pocket in hand. He's got a propaganda poster with him and a giant shadow behind. It says, "Vote for Jake in Miserée." He's a foreigner trying to influence our elections. He must be a communist. That's jumping to conclusions. It's him, all buddy with a scary black shadow, and its name is Miserée. And what is communism? Misery. Central, we have a commie. We're taking him back to the cube. The two then yank Jake to his feet. And just then, the roar of crashing water, the racket of drums and barrels filled with industrial waste, thunders out of the service hallway where they found Jake. Goby and Miserée are now there. What's your name? What are you doing here? You don't have clearance.
Give me back my broken!
So we now pick it up. What do you do in this scenario? Jake is held up by the one guard, and they're kind of both there, but the one is engaged in reaching for his sword.
I mean, I think it's your play, Miserée. You've clearly, you don't have the snake ability, but I feel like in this moment you're playing the snake ability.
Yeah. I want to tackle the sword slider who is holding Jake.
I love it. Are you wanting to add any, like...
Oh, yeah. I want to add a die from my attitude, a kick from my attitude, a die from my turbo. Check it. I want to, should this be successful, tell you what that kick is for after the fact.
Sure.
3d6. I got a 6.
Yeah!
Okay.
I am running towards this sword slider. I fully tackle him, wrap him up, and activate Chaos Vent.
Oh my gosh. So this is the one that had Jake held up,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
And he gets wiped away. And as it blaster, you can feel that there's an intense heat wherever he went.
Where could it be? I've given you all the clues.
It's pretty straightforward. Like that. And then the other sword slider just like, communism got him! Central, communism's here, I guess, or as a creature or something, communism's here. And Jake is unconscious and like kind of collapses kind of beside you. Goby.
What was the kick for?
Chaos Vent.
Okay,
I have to mark a turbo to make it happen.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Goby sees all this and it's just kind of adult. Like he's just getting his bearings in a new dimension, and immediately Miseré's on the attack. But he sees Jacob there. He sees Jacob got dropped by this
So
sword
he's
slider,
crumpled,
but there's still one there.
Yeah.
I think Goby's priority is recovering Jacob. That's the whole reason they're here. But he also sees that there's this other sword slider and wants to kind of keep himself available to should he need to run interference. So he goes, Maurice, do your thing! And from the back of his armor jumps out a little robotic octopus quadrupus, 4-tentacled robo-drone. Tentacles start spinning like a helicopter. And according to my sheet, it says, as smart and loyal as a dog, can follow closely, lift and carry things you could, communicate vaguely, and roll to do simple tasks like Vetsch. I don't know if I could carry Jake. I feel like I could carry Jake.
Probably, especially with your power armor. Yeah,
that's what's confusing me. I'm like, well, with my powered armor, definitely. But I feel like the spirit of this is can lift and carry things that you could as a person.
Yeah.
But my hope here is to send my little robo drone buddy to pick up Jake and carry him alongside us. If I need a roll for that, if I need to mark a kick,
I think. So now you're just trying to take off and running. Would that be the same with you, Miserée?
You've infected yourself.
Yes, that's right. I'm a sword slider now.
And I'm communism. No, I think if Jake is free, then grabbing him and getting out of here is a priority.
So what I think I'm going to do is you're going to actually start the first track of right now.
Yeah.
You need to lay low. So you're going to fill the progress track of low.
okay.
And what's happening here is how well does your drone work? That's what's going to determine this. Because I think you're right. This is probably pushing the limits of the drone, but it might work. So that's where the roll will come in.
That makes total sense. I will add to this. All right, all of the resources we used last time haven't replenished. I'm going to add a D6 to this from my my device pool because I'm using one of my two devices. And I'm also going to add a kick here to try and mark 2 letters of low.
Okay, sure.
To see if we can really take off running with Jake in tow here. And boy, oh boy, I think this is, I want to add at least one more D6. So we're going from the playbook.
Do you want one from me?
I got some to spare.
Okay.
Hang on to yours for now, so I'll mark one from my playbook. So rolling 3d6 with a kick. We got a 4, a 4, and a 6.
Woo!
Hey, there you go.
Hot rolls for this penultimate episode.
The drone, Marisa, like, is wraps around Jake and just like initially there's maybe like and just really starts burning some power, but it's able to get him up.
Yeah, well, I picture because he's only got the 4 little robo tentacles, and 2 of them have to like wrap around Jake. So now it's trying to fly with only 2 rotor blades instead of 4, and it's kind of maxing out the engine a little bit because it has to, I assume, spin even faster. Is that how helicopters work? It is in this in this reality.
And you start running. I think there's a very obvious place for you to go because in this thoroughfare. It's not only just like a wider hallway. It actually is also vertical. It's going. It's kind of in the middle of the building.
Yeah.
But it's you can see several floors up and there's a space in between. And so with your drone, it can start going up through all the floors straight up, and the two of you in your various ways can start running up stairs and going up the floors normally. So even though the drone is moving slower, it's going just straight up. You're taking stairs, and then the sword slider is like starting to run after you. He is a little bit thrown off because he just saw his partner get eaten. Like he has to go. I would be careful. So I think that's what it's doing. I think he's staying at a bit of a distance.
Yeah.
I am also going to start the danger track. This is going to be a unique one. It's just 1 star, just to kind of give you a sense of how much attention is being paid to you. So right now it's just his partner. If you fail checks, it's going to be increase the danger track, or if you do things that disrupt things, be more and more police. Maybe the military gets involved after a while, So
This is just a GTA wanted level?
That's right. I gave you wanted levels just like Grand Theft Auto. So.
Okay, so it's not a traditional danger track. It's not.
No, it doesn't.
I was going to say, if the danger track is getting longer, that's good for us.
No, you want this thing as low as possible. It's kind of like a different kind.
So it shakes out the same. If the danger track was stars, you don't want it to fill all 5 letters of stars.
Yeah.
Gotcha, yeah.
Like more reinforcements will come in and all that kind of stuff.
So are we still marking spots on the danger track?
Yeah, well, it's a way of keeping track of how much police are looking for you, the sword sliders and everything. So right now it's just 1. That's where we're starting.
The more stars we get, the worse position we're in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a traditional, it's not a danger track.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once you get to low, there's still that police presence.
Yeah.
But of course, if this Wadden rating gets too high and you say want to go to other areas, there might be more security there looking for you and makes future checks even more difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, you're running. You go through a few alleyways and go up a few floors. You know that guy's looking for you and halt! Come back here! But at a distance! And you can in the background.
I don't know how we're going to get out of here. Maybe we need to hide first and shake this asshole.
Yeah, I feel like we need to find a portal home, but we're going to be hard-pressed to do that with this guy right on our tail. But I think I have an idea of where we might be able to lose him. And Goby would like to do a scan. I've still got that Realmware lens retrofitted into my armor. And I have a place I'm looking for where I feel like we might be able to escape from notice. This would be me rolling to mark that last letter of low, if we're okay with me making another roll here. So I'd be using the Realmware lens, and I want to tell you where I'm looking for after we roll the dice to see if I can find it.
Yeah. I think the roll tells you, what you find. If anything.
This time I'd love it to be a team roll if you want to shoot me some dice.
Into it. Absolutely.
What can you give me?
I have 2d6.
I would take one of those for sure. Do we
Okay.
have anything in the hype right now?
1d6.
Oh, I don't want to empty our hype.
Go ahead.
It could be
Okay.
right?
All right. 1d6 from you, 1 from the hype, 1 from me. Rolling with 3d6. Boy, oh boy. We got a 2, a 3, and a 2.
Oof.
So the thing Goby was looking for, he's heard tales of Operablum and sort of the things that Slugblasters do when they come here, because he's done a lot of research. He's done a lot more research of Slugblasting than actual Slugblasting. So he knows a lot about the stuff, even if he's never been. And he's heard tell of somewhere that moves around between the 3 towers and always stays off the radar and has shielding so you can't be detected while you're inside. And it's the illicit dance club Matt Static.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe that's the answer. Is the whole, it's an illicit dance club that stays off the radar and has shielding to not be found, including by Goby's apparatus. The problem here is not only does it not work, but I rolled a full failure. So there's a problem of some kind, and that I leave to you.
So I think what happens is you're taking time, and maybe you're having trouble with it coming through. And, Miserée's panicking a little bit, and you just take too much time, and I think you lose O on low, so you're down to L.
But we marked that already.
Oh, no! So the danger track, I think it's also going to go up because it's a full failure.
Okay.
So the sword slider's I need backup immediately. I need backup to Lansdowne 378. And that's where we're going to leave it for right now. Across the multiverse in the plane of Vestige, in Huem.
There's an H in there now?
Huem, yeah, they had an H. Inside the water park there, we find our friends Esther and Flobert kind of in amongst the scaffolding or the rickety rack of the slides and everything. There is the hole in the ceiling of the mall where the shadow of the Soliton is blocking light coming in, but the sand is kind of trickling into the pool below where, of course, there is a shark down there. What do our friends do? Currently, you're not seen directly by the Soliton. You know it's outside. But
Can I offer that the slide that you guys are underneath is like a movie tie-in, like when a movie has a ride at an amusement park?
Sure.
And in this dimension, it's like the Disney of this part of the multiverse. So it's Ricky Rat's Rickety Raft. And the Rickety Rack of Ricky Rat's Rickety Raft.
yeah, that's correct. Yeah, you got it.
Cool.
Esther, I don't think it sees us, but we've got to get moving.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it really does want this gem back, because it's followed us all the way here. I don't think it's after me. I think it's after the gem. And I'm sorry, I'm just having a hard time parting with my trophy. This is a real dilemma. What do you think I should do?
I don't know, Esther. I'm not good at making these sort of calls, but I trust you. You've never led me astray before. You've always upheld the highest morals, always.
And with that, Esther has an idea, and realizes, yes, she's gonna have to part with this gem. I don't think my plan from last episode of reversing the direction of a portal is gonna help seal this thing off, because it has the ability to do that. I think I just need to give it back, but I also don't. I kind of want it to suffer a little, so I want it to fight the shark. I want to see if I can go the shark.
You and our entire listening audience.
Okay, Flobert. Well, if you trust me, then I need you to take this, and she like windmill slams it into you, the gem, picks you up, and throws you towards the rope that we established was there last time.
The like Tarzan swing, yeah.
I'm going fishing. And then I'll leave it to you, but the pitch is you swing out over the sand pool so that the sand shark sees a tasty, gooey, gummy morsel. And hopefully it will kind of come try to bite you as the Soliton's coming. Obviously, let go of it. I'm not planning for you to swing back with the gem, but I'm hoping you can like feed the gem to the shark.
I've got an idea for this. Yeah.
And I will be
Anyone but Flobert and I would be like, how dare you do this to one of our crew? But Flobert can absolutely handle this.
And I think I'm going to, on your roll, like, can it be a group roll? A team roll?
Yeah, sure, if you have something to help with.
Yes, in that I'm going to mark one style when I successfully use a trick to take a dope video picture. I'm just going to film it. And then I'll give you some stuff, but that's mostly she's filming this.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I do. I think what the next move that I need to take here will be a trick. I'm going to add a d6 from my attitude and then 2 from my slime form for this.
Okay.
From it being a trick, do you get any bonuses that can be shared onto this, or do you just have something?
I get an extra d6 when I do a trick. So it's not me, but I will just give you a d6 from my turbo.
Rocket. Dave, if I add a kick to this, can we sort of assume that the actions of this will forestall the Soliton for a significant amount of time?
I think so. Yeah, I think that would be
enough that we could sort of pivot away.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would work.
Nice. Yeah, I'm rolling with 4d6 and a kick. That's a 5.
If this went off perfectly, I would start to strain credibility.
Yeah, honestly, that's a narratively correct roll.
So, start describing this process.
I mean, I already described it. Esther gives you the gem, picks you up, puts you on the rope, and starts filming.
Yeah, and I think in the movie of this sequence, it then cuts from that to the wide shot of sort of the water park, and we see this rope swing out, and it swings a few times, and there is just this yellow blob on the end with a little bit of pink luminescence shining out from the crystal inside.
Are you like pumping like when you're on a swing set?
Yeah.
Like forcing your glob one way so that you get that.
And I think he's swinging out like that. But then at one point, the blob slips off the rope and lands on the sand of the pool. And we see it just sort of sit there, this yellow blob on the sea of sand. And there begin to be ripples in the sand below. And at the same time, we also see the shadow come over the hole and the sand is pouring down. And other small crystals begin flowing in and widening the hole. The Soliton's gazing further and further down, staring at this little blob. And at the same time, these ripples in the sand are getting closer. And it's very the energy of... there's a scene in the first Jurassic World where a secretary is being carried by like a pterosaur, and then the mosasaur eats both of them. And the Soliton's coming down, and at this point, the giant sand shark erupts from underneath the sand surface and bites, like fully swallowing Bubby, and bites onto the Soliton and pulls it into a big tussle, sort of half in and out of the sand.
But Bubby, no, the worm's not supposed to leave the hook.
And it's at this point that I want to reveal the trick aspect for me was to activate the ability Binary Fission. While
Oh
in
my
slime
God, Bubby!
form,
Oh no,
while
we
in-
lost him! Oh, Bubby! Oh, he's dead! He's dead!
Don't worry, Esther. It worked exactly like we thought it would. By doing this, I am doing the first portion of unlocking a mod of using a trick to sort of test it out in the field.
Yeah.
While in slime form, take the Split Slam. A slime clone peels off of you. You don't control it, but it's eager to help, even though it can't speak and doesn't have a lot going on upstairs, if you catch my drift. You can clear the slam early by rejoining, or wait until after the run when it rejoins on its own, melts away into a happy stain, or wanders off to a new life. So I will get this slam. It won't go away, but Bubby's fine.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I think that's the
God.
consequence. You fully take the slam, like it's that slime is gone as the shark, as it's inside the sand shark, and the Solitan starts like manipulating gravity and spinning the shark around, and it's going around and around and around, kind of like a shark hurricane, and the shark. And the shark's doing its best. It's not going to win, but you don't have time to worry about that. Bubby is right next to you, like just kind of pops up behind your shoulder. And, it's fine.
Oh my God, Bubby! He sacrificed. He didn't understand. I wanted him to dangle and drop it. I didn't want him to. What? Oh my God! Where did you come from?
Esther, I didn't know you cared that much.
Oh my goodness! Oh my! Oh, give me a hug and like squeezes you. Oh, that was awesome! I got all of that. It actually, from my phone's perspective, it looks like you died. So we're gonna go viral as hell with this.
Wow! I've always wanted to have an existential crisis of watching my own death.
There's gonna be conspiracy theorists in the slugger community being like, no, you can tell because the Flobber that gets eaten isn't wearing the purple hat. That's how you know that it wasn't really Flobber.
Well, I think we've definitely bought us some time. Wow, look at that thing go. Do we just run back to Null and find the same portal we went through the day we came here to find you, or?
Goby had said that he traced Jake to Operabulum. I can't. Do we have a route there from here?
Do we have a route there from here?
No, I double checked. But if do either one of you have a space-time ampermeter?
No, but I finally get to use an ability.
Yeah.
Great.
So the thing is, I before as you have that idea, I want to also emphasize the other part, because this was a trick that you guys did. And like one consequence was the slam that you took.
Yes.
The other is that it is starting to collapse. The roof is starting. The Soliton's pressure and the messing with the gravity is starting to crash to the point that it's like that's not a viable way back out of the mall.
Oh,
you're yeah.
And there might be a ticking clock element here.
So you don't have a lot of time left in Huem.
So, do we want to go to Operabulum and find them instead of just heading back to Null and hoping for the best?
We've got to. We can't just leave them all alone.
All right, well then, I'm gonna call an expert. I don't have a space-time ampermeter, but I have the next best thing. Me. And
Could you read what?
I'm gonna do a roll, log in and speak with a council of parallel U's, and call an alternate version of a friend or enemy for advice. So I'm going to call a council of me's, and hopefully one of them knows where a thin zone between Huem Mall, and ideally Operabulum.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna add a kick to quickly text Goby, and I'll text Goby. I remember Miserée's phone. Text Goby and ask what tower he's in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one kick for the getting the tower right. D6 to roll it.
You get a text back from Goby that says Lansden, and then meet us in Matt Static, and then wait, never mind. Don't meet us in Matt Static. We're not there.
Well, yeah. How did he think he was gonna get into Matt Static? What? That's the most outrageous thing I've seen today, and I just saw a shark bite a god. Come on, even I'm not that cool. I will just double dare. So instead of taking a dare, you can mark 2 trouble. Because guess what? We already rolled disaster, suckers. Mark 2 trouble for plus 2 d6. So is 3 enough? Do we want to do? I'm gonna take one for my attitude. 4d6. That's a 6.
Hey, there you go.
No.
Okay, hang on. Bubby, you know your way around the mall. Lead the way. I'll follow you. I'm gonna give you directions.
Sure thing. You just skitch on my bucket.
Oh right, hell yeah. Okay, great. So now they're into the hall. Your nega friction bucket is flying forward.
Well, the thing is, as you were kind of making this process, you're on a phone call with a whole council of yourselves. Did you want to voice both of them?
Actually, why don't everybody pick your alternate dimension, Esther? And remember,
Thank you for this
voice
gift.
is basically a bad impression of Zooey Deschanel.
Got it.
So yeah, I'm sketching on the back. We're going down the hall. I'm trying to find somewhere. Okay, Esther's, I need your help. Does anybody know how to get... This is Esther from Earth 616. And I need, the norm... Esther Prime, don't mean to brag. But I need some help. Does anyone have a thin zone from UM Mall and Vestige to Operablum, ideally Lansdowne Tower?
Oh my gosh, I thought I was Esther Prime.
Yeah, it's someone's first time on the multiversal phone call. We all think we're Esther Prime.
That's what makes us Esther's.
Why would Esther Prime have a mustache? Get real.
Oh my gosh, I'm letting it grow to get bleached.
Cowboy Esther, what do you think?
Well, we didn't really actually have like a mall there. It was more like a large saloon because you're in Vestige. Yeah, it's just a big Western cowboy thing.
Oh my God, you're no help.
Like, why did you even ask Cowboy Esther when Robot Esther is right here?
Yes.
Beep, boop.
Cowboy Esther, don't try to pretend to be Robot Esther. That's pathetic.
You always pretend to be me, and it is so bleepin' embarrassing. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I mean, it's just that all the other Esthers love the Robot Esther.
Yeah, because I'm Esther Prime, literally.
Okay, shut up, everybody. Shut up.
You're the only one talking. You shut up. Esther, Robot Esther, please. Oh my God, it's just do or die. Where is it?
Okay, you will never believe this, but there is a thin zone. There should be an arcade in Huem, and it should be Huem because they rebranded it to Happy Unicorp Extra Mall. Only real believers know that to make it more fun. There is an arcade in Huem. If you go to the black hole console in the arcade, you will emerge in an arcade in Operablum.
Thanks, bestie.
Love you.
Love you too.
God, is the mustache really that noticeable?
No.
It's beautiful.
I'm sorry I called out your mustache.
You should grow out a soul patch.
Bubby, to the arcade, specifically the black hole machine?
Oh, I know that one. I know that one. You play Stephen Hawking, and you just have to postulate.
Stephen Hawking's pro black hole scientist. The soundtrack slaps.
It does.
As this whole mall is starting to like crumble and buck and wane underneath the weight of this soliton, you're going. The Blarts are in full like defense. It's like they are back.
You remember us?
And basically, I'm just going to ask for one simple check to kind of get through there nice and safely to the arcade.
I think the main way that when Bubby sort of lived within this mall that he did get around was via the different duct and pipe systems. Mm-hmm. And that would not be a very comfortable thing.
Yeah.
But I think he sort of pivots off the main concourse into one of these offshoots. And I would like to invoke Sacrifice Your Body. I don't know how this would work on sort of a team play. But you're taking a slam to get it plus 2d6 on an action. And I think also the notion that he hadn't been using these routes before, but is pivoting to them now. If I could, I'd like to activate Patient. When you reveal how you've been waiting to act, gain plus 1d6 or plus 1 kick to your action.
Sure.
So Bubby's been kind of like racing around and like not actually intending to go through the mall in this normal way, but now needs to squeeze through an alternate route to get to the arcade quicker.
Yeah.
And I know I'm supposed to take the slam, but if Esther gets pulled along through a tube...
I love that. I'll happily take yours. Sacrifice my... I already made you bait. We can sacrifice my body. And so, yeah, you're it's nothing for a blob guy, but like Esther's gonna be like bumps and scratches and a mouthful of dust as we go through the HVAC system, basically. Great.
Take the slam of Squozen.
Sure, I was gonna say dragged along.
That also that's better.
That's
So, with that, I would be rolling 4d6 on this one.
Wow, really? Okay, let's go.
Is it a trick?
I don't think so. I think the previous was, but things are just a little more dire, so I don't know if I want to risk it for that biscuit. A 4.
Okay, so as you're going along, you hit hard as you're going through the pipe, and bang, 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 and maybe your head's just bouncing a little bit.
She's getting a taste of how Jacob feels all the time. She's plinkoing her way through this HVAC system.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's the slam. Plinko.
All right. Go back, delete. Carry on. Sorry.
And you're flying. You see the arcade just ahead. You see that arcade machine, the black hole
console.
Black hole console, Stephen Hawking's pro black hole scientist.
Yeah, that's precisely. And as you're like engaging the nth gear, is it on the mop bucket?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've in the labbed it.
You know that on the mop bucket they have that little handle to squeeze out,
ring out the mop.
That's the nth gear. And you're seeing that tear, and you like. It seems like you disappear into the arcade.
A brief history of the instructions to the game.
We're actually going to flip back over to Operablum with our friends Miserée, Jake, and Goby. You're running down another hall. You're trying to find your way. The drone is still proceeding up and away as best as you can. Goby, as you've been waiting for that text from Esther back, because you don't know where she is. You don't even know if she's left the dimension or anything. But you've communicated that you're in Lansdowne. You are proceeding on up. And I think as you're going, you're trying to figure out, well, how do we get off Operablum? You don't really have any kind of portal zones or anything like that. You're thinking of one possibility. You have a space-time ampemeter with you, like Jake.
Through the power of the Realmware lens. Oh, and Jake,
Jake has one too. So it might be possible to try to do a portal discovery. Now, there are, to do a portal discovery, that's actually a downtime beat.
Yeah.
So it's either you need to take some time and slow down and do it that way. You can also try to do it like live, try to do it like on the fly, which is a lot more manual.
Okay.
And there'd be a couple of ways of doing that. It's not just a one simple roll like it would be as a downtime beat.
Gotcha. So our options here are like finish the low track, take a beat to do a proper portal check, or try and do it on the fly.
And there would be checks, and it's not guaranteed that it'd be super easy.
I think we need to focus on finding a portal zone. It sounds like the others are on their way here, so we need to find our way out, our escape route. And I think we've got Jake's ampemeter and my Realmware lens, but that's going to take us, time to. I don't know. Do we try and ditch this sword slider and take a beat, or do we try and do it all on the fly?
As you're getting your thoughts together and thinking through this process, there's people passing about. Like, you see the sword slider kind of in the distance and kind of trying to look around. You got cover, but as you are looking, there is something that catches your eye. There is a billboard across one of the walls, advertising, "Visit the multiverse. Ride the new M-Train station located on Kindred 642. The M-Train has been in construction for a long time. It's even in the core rulebook saying future M-Train. The M-Train has been constructed, and it connects Operablum, it connects to Prismatia, Popularia, and Thanaspar.
We have a portal from Thenisvar. Goby is frantically texting Esther. New plan. Meet us on Kindred floor 642. Let's make our way to that train. We got a train to catch.
You take Jake and get there as fast as you can. I'll create a distraction.
Okay. Are you sure? I don't want to lose another crewmate.
You won't lose me because they won't find me.
Goby's genuinely a little frightened of you and does what you say.
Great. Yeah, I basically want to like do a roll to really obviously go in an opposite direction and try and like get this sword slider and whoever else might be looking for us to like follow me.
Okay, sounds good. So you want to be kind of spotted, kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Describe how that would kind of look, like as you're kind of going through the crowd or whatever.
Before Miserée separates from Goby and Jake, she says, "Don't worry, we'll join back up together soon, and we'll all be together again as one big flappy family. I won't let you down. We won't let each other down." And I want to use pep talk. I want to refill our hype.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And then I'm going to use it all. No, just kidding. I'll be nice. I'll share. And then, yeah, she watches Goby and Jake and the direction that they're going, trusting that they're going in the right direction. She doesn't know anything about Operablum, but she's not going to say that. And then she turns around, makes herself kind of like bigger and taller and goes, "Woogity boo, communism."
No! Just terrified yelps and screams and everything like this. Okay, I think everybody's attention is caught by that. What are you rolling? Like, what are you...
That's such a good question. I am going to... Because this roll is sort of for the distraction play.
That's correct. Yeah.
I have one more d6 left in my Voidware, and I want to take a dare to add a kick.
Okay, sure.
So
Would this be advancing our low track if successful?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I think
So
that's
the
what the
kick
kick is going to do. Yeah, I want to try to clear it.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. 2d6. Come on, baby. 4.
4. Whew. Okay. As you make this terrifying presence, you're big and people are scattering, dropping their stuff. The sword sliders see you like, this might be above our pay grade. Let's retreat and form up, and we'll have to get out the big guns. And they are retreating, kind of doing more like letting people run by and everything. You then, I assume, kind of like maybe you could slip into a vent. There's like a lot of ways for you to kind of disappear in your void form, and they kind of know vaguely where you went, but they're kind of keeping their distance. So I think it works because they don't know the power of communism.
Yeah.
And how much lasers they have. They don't know if you have lasers or not.
Yeah, and I think she does also like sort of shoot like neon like lightning through her form, like how she materializes eyes and stuff like that. She does stupid nonsense like that to like make herself more of like a flashy kind of target.
Okay.
And part of the kick too is that I want to use collapsible panels. She can, as well as making herself really big, she can also make herself really, really small.
Yeah.
So I think she can like literally slip through cracks and like go ways that they might not be anticipating this normally 6 foot tall void to go.
Like out of any dimension, this is going to be the best one because there's so many nooks and crannies. There's vents and there's pipes and there's all sorts of ways for you to disappear, giving the cover for the more obvious people a way to kind of slip away for right now. So you've kind of been able to enter into this space of like, okay, no one's actively looking for you. You are going to be the dead giveaway. If you are spotted, I think that's going to kind of kick everything back up to...
Yeah, I'm just a fish man in a power suit. No one will suspect me.
Yeah.
And Jake's being carried by a helicopter octopus.
We're
completely inconspicuous.
There's nothing inherently communist about either of those things.
It's true.
But a dark, unknowable shadow?
Even though they cleared low, it might pop back on.
Yes, that's right. So the danger track is probably going to hold for right now, but it can
we've cleared our progress track, but yeah.
You found and a failure will like whatever kind of failure it is, especially if it's out and about in public, that will kick the sword sliders on. So as you are finding your way, you're climbing your way up. You've maybe gone off the main thoroughfare, and you're kind of discovering the layout of this place. You're using your realm-ware lens to kind of navigate. You get a chance to kind of like find yourself into a corner of some sort of eatery. What kind of eatery do you try to wind up into?
My first thought was it's a little noodle stand along the concourse there. It's a Jumbuck Express. It's like
it's an expansion.
Yeah.
Very good.
It doesn't have all the menu items of the regular Jumbuck, but like you can get a pretty good noodle bowl on the go. Yeah.
The nice thing is that there are some seats in the restaurant, and they have like nice big booths with tall walls and everything like that. So
and if you don't remember the name of the noodle restaurant from one episode in season 1, then are you even a real fan? Like, do I have to spell this out for you? It was Jumbuck. It's a convoluted Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep reference. Look it up.
When I think about an arcade in Lansdowne, I would imagine that that's not in the lower levels. That's got to be in like the nicer, higher ones, right? So I'm thinking it is probably in the 400s. Like it's actually probably not even that far away. So you come bursting forth in this arcade, but it's not like an arcade that we would necessarily think. There's like a claw game, there are pinball machines, all sorts of, like, there's not video machines, it's all
skee-ball,
air hockey, physical
shooting hoops.
Yeah, that's right. So you come bursting out. Now you had a mixed success when you came through, and I haven't really aside from the slam, which you had to take because of your ability. I think what I'm going to do as you come careening out, it's like you came careening down the skee-ball ramp, and you're now like into the main arcade, and you're going, and you slam hard into the ball pit at the far end of it, and like you just like wiped out another teenager, an operating teenager. Like, I'm going to jump into the ball pit. This is going to be bam. You just take him out from behind. So with that, people are like,
do we get a slam?
I think I'm going to take a bite, actually, as a consequence. So I can use that to like add another problem later. The thing is, it's like you immediately like no roughhousing in the arcade. What are you doing in here? What the heck is happening?
Esther, look up on the wall. They got a bunch of prizes that look like my hands.
Esther, emerges from the ball pit a little worse for her. She's covered in Vestige vent dust. She's got like scrapes and lacerations on her body, and maybe does a comical putum as she spits out a big ball pit ball. That's nice. Are we good? We made it?
Oh, goodness, sorry. I forgot that you guys have skeletons.
And that's easy oversight to make. You know what? We made it. I'm not gonna complain. Okay, well, I guess we're here. You, boy, what tower is this?
Why, it's Lansdowne, Governor.
Thank you.
By the biggest hollow turkey in the window down at the shop.
And you are able to make your way out of the arcade. People are like kind of upset, but it's also like that's not the first time. Oh no, actually, that would have been the first time. Because nobody comes from Vestige. Nobody knows where that mall is.
Hey, everybody. You're welcome. I found any Slugblasters in earshot. I found a portal to Vestige. It's above the skee-ball machine.
You've got to go into the 50-point hole.
What? And you see hoverboards drop down and like, yeah, let's go.
It's a one-way portal to here, and they all just slam into the ski ball.
Later, it'll just be a sign that says out of order.
You are now in the same dimension. You're not that far apart. I don't think it's that wild to think that you can like reconnect because once again, you're laying low. You can say, come to this Jumbuck Express. I think that's what kind of happens. You're gathered together. You're sitting down for food. Jake is just like starting to come to. You can see that he's got like a big old lump on his head and everything like that. He's taking the Super Slam God Punched. I don't know.
God punched.
God smacked, please.
Yeah, come on.
I had all the time to think of that too. Anyways, as our crew has finally come back together after this wild emergency situation of a Soliton attacking, our crew are enjoying their meal, they're taking time to reflect, and this is where we're going to enter into some kind of modified downtime. This is going to be a series of scenes as you are making your way back to Null, back to the school. So it's going to look a little different. We're going to have some scenes that are, downtime beats that we normally see, and sometimes we're going to see other new scenes that play out. It's going to be a little different. So we're going to start right now with our style handouts and crew rewards for this successful adventure, because this is why you were laying low. This is why you're able to take a breather and catch up and think. So we are going to start with crew style. We are shredders +3 style on runs where you race, chase, or land big tricks. And then weirdos, +3 style on runs where you take an unconventional approach.
We had the Soliton chase us to Vestige, so we shredded. We are race, trace, and shredders.
I think that's the strongest one, because I feel like the weirdos, I don't know if that necessarily applies as much, because we were like scrambling to survive. I don't know if there's any...
A lot of the weirdness came from the arrival of the Soliton, less so how we responded to it.
Yeah. Prioritizing, rescuing our teammate and saving the school feels very down the middle. There were weird beats involved in that, but I don't know that we came up with a wild way to solve the problem.
We didn't make the shark and the Soliton get married.
We just made them kiss. That's pretty conventional.
They used so much teeth.
So I think we're going to give +3 style for us being shredders.
That maxes out our crew style bank. We're at 11 crew style currently.
Woo!
Okay. So we are now going to actually go into this scene as our crew is together. I see on this table Flappy is enjoying himself, slurping up some one noodle that's going around, and it's just like
looking like a little intestine.
Yeah, it's like atomically correct and like of course, I think Jake is in the corner, just kind of like sipping on some water.
Sipping on gin and juice.
Not quite. His head is hurting. He's, they got a little bit of ice in wrapped in a towel, and he's put it on his head. He's a little bit out of it. What about everybody else? What do they look like? What are they doing?
I almost like if we're joining them sort of at the moment that Flobert and Esther are entering into the Jumbuck.
Yeah.
Esther, they're in the back, the booth at the back.
Oh, hey gang, we made it all the way across the multiverse. We are here.
What happened with the Soliton? Did you manage to lose it somewhere?
Yeah, we left him at the water park to fight or maybe make out with a shark. A sand shark, I should say, if that's relevant.
I was masturbate.
He was really masterful.
I don't doubt it. Well, I guess there's not really a good place. I mean, if the Soliton is going to exist, we can't get rid of it. It's basically a god. We don't want it in our home dimension, but we don't want to foist it on another dimension. But I guess if we have to leave it anywhere, Ezria is right in the middle of a rehabilitation. There's, Mipers there and a bunch of representatives from Operablum. Like, one of those giant corporations can figure out what to do with a rogue god. I feel like if you were going to leave it anywhere, that's probably the best place to leave it.
I'm glad, because that was not part of the plan. We just kind of took him where he was going to follow us, and then I did have to part with my gem, but in lieu of the trophy of my cool-ass gem, I got this. And she pulls up her phone and plays the video of Bubby swinging on the rope, splitting into, falling onto the sand, the shark coming up out of the sand, all that stuff.
Oh, hell yeah, that's so cool, and I'm so proud of you. And from the table, you see Miserée is still a little scared that the sword sliders are going to see her, so she's like really ramped up the ability of her collapsible panels. So she's like half a foot tall. She's like 6 inches tall. So
it looks like Goby spilled some soy sauce on the table until the soy sauce starts talking to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Flappy would probably, you're probably about the size of Flappy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like Flappy's very excited by this.
Hey, can I get in on some of these noodles? Sorry, noodles.
I think that has its gem back. I think the Tholaton's probably going to go back to its own weird business, whatever Tholaton does. I don't think we'll have to worry about it at all.
This video is incredible, Esther. I mean, people lost their minds when we just got any footage at all of the Soliton. And like, that was mostly us, falling down and bouncing off. I mean, no offense, Jacob, but
yeah.
we kind of beefed at that time. And now you've got a video of it making it fight a shark and it killing one of our crew members. Like, this is going to be huge for us. We are about to enter a whole new level of viral fame. And, well, I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this because a minute ago we were on the run from the future cops, but it seems like we've lost them and we maybe have a minute here. And well, I noticed that the train we're taking... we're planning on taking a train home, by the way.
Oh, okay.
There's a train that just goes home?
I mean, it goes to Thenaspar.
I lived in a desert for how many years?
Wait, are you talking about the M train?
Yeah, it goes...
Oh my God. I cannot wait to go on the M train. This is going to be so exciting.
Wow, he really
Jake, you're alive.
It's
The first thing you've said all day.
it woke me up. Yeah. Hey, where am I?
It's a long story, but we'll fill you in on the train ride. But that brings me to my point. We seem to have avoided the attention of the sword sliders, and we've got this train trip home, and it happens to pass right through Prismatia. And, well, Doug from Normal Mustard back home, he was telling me about an application to the...
XBF. Yeah.
The Pro Slugblaster. And I guess the way you apply to be a part of the XBF is you do the Wanda curve and send in your video with your time.
Yeah.
And we're going to be going right past, and, well... This seems to be, the first time we've been all together and ready to actually do some real slug blasting. I don't know. What do you say? Do we have time to make a pit stop?
If the train's stopping anyway, I don't see why we couldn't kill time doing something cool.
I don't know if it stops in Prismatia. There's not really like civilization there, so it may be more of a bail out, do the run, and get back on. But we're trying to make a good time anyway, so I feel like that what better motivator than our train is about to warp out of the plane of reality.
I'm a little beat up. Jacob, by the way, I understand how you feel, and she shows her like road rash and she's covered in like dust in her hair. She's all cut up.
Oh, that looks a little gnarly, yeah.
I can't really afford to get any more bumps and bruises, but I'm here to film. So yeah, I'll film you guys on the Wanda curve.
We'll keep you safe, and as long as we're together, we'll have the best time ever. I'm in.
Yeah, let's do it. I've always wanted to be in the Extreme Blaster Federation. This would be so much fun.
Oh, if we're taking the M train home, can we make a quick stop in Thenaspar? It'll be so fast, I promise.
I mean, I think we have to. That's our destination. Yeah, that's the line.
Even better. Great.
Yeah, it's the end of the line, and then we can just take our normal portal that we've unlocked there. We found there. So yeah, we can make a quick stop there and get some local delicacies.
Speaking of local delicacies, what is this? And she like holds up like a squirming fish thing.
That's me.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, beloved listeners. It's me, Laena. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Quantum Kickflip. If you've enjoyed Season 3 of Quantum Kickflip, please follow us on social media at Quantum Kickflip, tell a friend about our podcast, or leave a 5-star review on your podcatcher of choice. You can also support us by subscribing to us on Patreon, where we have all sorts of bonus content, including early access, special shoutouts, cast live streams, and much more. If you subscribe to our Patreon today, you can get access to the outtakes from the Tesseracted run where Liam was the GM. Here's a little taste of that.
I need to look up something real quick.
How to play Slugblaster.
A D6, you say?
To listen to these outtakes and so much more, head to patreon.com/quantumkickflip and subscribe today. Oh my gosh, some sword sliders just burst into the room. They're taking over the mic. They have a special message. Attention, law-abiding citizens of Operablum. This is a special message from the Sword Sliders. The following individuals are known communists and are wanted by the Sword Sliders. Please approach with extreme caution and report any sightings of the following individuals: Nash Fesman Farmer, Bronze Dionysus, Diamantina, Aratlon, Mana, and Craig from Canberra, Australia. Our best null translators are on it, but so far our theory is that Canberra, Australia anagrams to communist scary. So yeah, they're pretty hardcore, and you'll want to be careful. Stay safe out there, citizens. This season, Quantum Kickflip is proud to be sponsored by MythWorks. In addition to publishing Slugblaster and other great comics and games, MythWorks is committed to a better, more equitable future. To learn more, head to www.myth.works or follow them on social media at MythWorksHQ. You can catch the next episode of Quantum Kickflip and the final episode of Season 3 on Wednesday, December 17th, or 2 days early if you're a patron. Thank you again so much for listening, and let's get you back to the action.
As we continue on through our downtime adventure, we have to do another classic montage as the group proceeds on its way through Operablum, trying to make its way up to the M train station. Let me hear like a couple of like moments of like as we're sneaking through. I'm thinking as we're going around, every once in a while on a billboard, like there's like, be on the lookout for communism, and it's like this weird fuzzy black photo,
Almost like a Bigfoot. like the blurry photo of like.
And you're hearing people like, what does that even mean? That's communism is an idea. How is that a communism? As you're moving through, there's pictures, of course, of Goby as well, Flakes. You know, we keep our heads low as best we can as we're heading through. What else happens on the way to the train?
Well, we have to go across into Kindred Tower.
Yes.
And I imagine that, like, post the events of Season 2, Inter-Tower travel is easier.
Yes.
We probably just have to walk through.
Yeah.
But we do have to interact with one of those hologram signs of the mayor.
The mayor,
of Kindred.
yes. That's exactly what I was going for.
Get a selfie with the mayor.
And you realize, we gotta keep moving fast. We can't stay too long because it is spread throughout the towers because of all of this. I kind of figured we might have run into a fan or two of like people who pay attention to slug blasting. I was like thinking, well, because it's nice to have like a local guide. How hard is it to do? I was like, the crew runs into Brabley. Who yes! What does Brabley do to...
So Brabley is this precocious 10 or 11-year-old kindred boy. It depends what floor he's on, whether he's 10 or 11.
They count the shifts different, yeah.
Big blue eyes, messy hair, ball cap with a segmented brim, and draped around his shoulders is this long indigo-colored holographic snake figure. He's like, hey guys, I've heard so much about you. I'm friends with some Slugblasters myself. My name's Brabley, and this is Viper King.
And Bradley was like, yeah, I'll help you find your way, and like leads you up. And
Watch out, small child. There's a monster on your neck.
Well, Viper can get it!
I think at a certain point we're making our ascent and going up a hyperlift or whatever, and we pass by one of the like narrow back alleys that like one of those things where you wouldn't even notice it if you weren't looking for it. But Goby happens to, naturally curious, he takes a glance, and down an alleyway he hears like thumping bass and sees like a little bit of like flashing lights with a bouncer standing outside the door. And for a moment he's like, oh, and the bouncer dead eyes him with his mirror shades and just slowly shakes his head back and forth. Rats.
I think at one point Esther's like, hang on, you guys, I'll catch up. And there's just one of those like automated post-host bins, or like a walker like you see at Amazon in the mall.
Oh yeah.
But for post-host, and she sends some lenses and gems and coils and components to Robo Esther through she pays extra for the interdimensional shipping. Just to thank Robo Esther for the hot
For the
tip.
alternate reality.
Yeah.
So she mails it to herself, but like it's her address, but just like Robo address, Robo postal code, Robo Esther.
I picture this tower being quite crowded, and crowded with a lot of people that aren't necessarily Operablin, like tons of Operablins, but people from all sorts of other dimensions as well. And each crowd that they pass has like different like fashion styles. There's like the bright colors, there's like the pointed shoulder pads and the rounded shoulder pads and the extra long shoes. And at one point there's like a patrol of sword sliders, and Miserée does her like big oogity boogity communism thing to like draw their attention, and then the way that she loses them is she like collapses back into her like humanoid self and just like is walking alongside a crowd of people that are just wearing all black. Just like sleek, form-fitting, black.
It's the
kind
Wicks.
of formula. It's the Wicks, yeah. She just blends in with the Wicks.
Oh my
do not
god, I
notice
didn't know we were quadruplets.
Yeah, exactly.
And after passing by Matt Static, which is on 640, on 642, this is where the train is, and you're filing in, getting ready to board this train that's only been running for like a couple of years. So it's people from all different dimensions are present, and you can actually see a thing that you've heard of before, like a marking, like a tag, kind of as a sign from other Slugblasters of like, this is where you go, because you're right near the drop line that where people can drop down and do a whole bunch of tricks and everything that goes right by Matt Static. That's a problem for another day. That's a run for another time. But you get on the train, this sleek silver looking bullet of a train going back, kind of got like vibes of a 1950s kind of modern train. Like it's a combination of like what they imagine, what
The future train.
future train. So like, that's the kind of
retro
vibe.
future, yeah.
Retro future kind of look.
Is it kind of like open cars inside, or are they split into compartments with that like benches on either side, like individual little rooms kind of thing?
I would imagine like just any passenger train. It's got a combination of maybe there's open.
Some cars are split, but others are just kind of public access.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can pay for the cheap one to be like just all bunched in together like a fancy bus, or like the open air like
Like the train,
dome.
but a fancy bus.
I don't know if I've ever had that thought on the LRT.
And you're booping your way in, and it starts going, and it moves at a decent pace, but it's like not. You're thinking like, oh, this is going to be like a bullet train that you hear of like in Japan and all this stuff. It's just like a normal train, but it's heading on these hard light rails. They don't really weigh anything, so that's why they can hang off the tower. And it's not that far until you just pass through this interdimensional barrier, and you find yourself opening up to this golden orange, pinkish light of Prismatia. And you're taking it all in, seeing all of these things. People are just always amazed as they pass through, because there's a lot of commoners. They're not Slugblasters, and they're like, whoa, that's crazy. And then, of course, all the rich people are so blasé on it. But, there's a mix of, like, wonder.
I've seen oranger skies.
Goby sees the orange light filtering through and realizes where they are and is like, okay, gang, are we ready to do this? Oh, I almost forgot. And he sort of like, you see his head disappear from the porthole as he like swims down inside of his armor. And then sort of a hatch opens on the side and his little fishy arm reaches out and it's holding, Jacob, your shoes. They're soaking wet. He's like, I grabbed these before we came through. I figured you might need them once we got here. Sorry, they're a little wet.
Oh,
He slams the door so his water
Goby
doesn't all
was
pour out.
wearing them inside.
He wanted to try them on.
Yeah.
yeah. I almost kind of forgot about this. I was so just excited about moving. And I'm like, okay, puts them on, and just like immediately like swap. Like now his feet are also flappy, like flap. And
I figure we might need them. I don't know if you can juice up your ability to phase us all, but like we need to get off and back on this train if we want to go do the Wanda curve, and I know your shoes have the power to maybe do that for us.
Yeah. I haven't really used them today, so and just starts cranking the thing on the Discman on the side, and
I can lend you some extra power. And Miserée offers out her hand, and it starts like glowing her teal glow.
yeah, and so Jake takes that, and his like gaze kind of lingers for a moment, and then just goes back to hitting the buttons and powering up, and you're able to like jump up and through, holding hands with the whole crew together. Before the jump, though, and Flappy's there with Jake, is just like, okay, we're all going to do this all together, right?
We're all, I think, just like looking back and forth from one to the other and like nodding and like looking really amped and ready to go.
All right. Let's go as one big flappy family. and up we jump and like land onto the top roof of the train, because my souls can kind of pull us all up. I put all of my boost into it to be able to do this. It's like, okay, let's go.
This game's got one run's worth of resources.
That's right. This is why you wanted to get me. Now the train kind of goes alongside this Wanda curve. It is this kind of crystalline kind of ring. We saw one similar in season 1. That was another one. These are throughout Prismatia. This one is the famous one known as the Wanda curve because of Wanda Wick was able to go around this. The rest of the Wicks didn't make it and they peeled back or whatever, but Wanda was the first one to do it. And as this train is going by, there's kind of like that whole thing. You're seeing how the hard light rails swoop down around the ring and kind of go underneath it before its exit into, assumably, the next destination. So the crew goes, jumps, takes this big kind of where the ring is as close to the train as possible. You land and you start skating and going as quickly as you possibly can, turning onto the side of it and going on the inside of the curve. Let's grab a couple, this is a crystalline ring, so there are branches of, they would look like sticks, but they're like snowflake-like twigs that you have to kind of slalom around as you're even going on the side, kind of a thing. So let's get a couple of what happens. What does that look like, do you think? A couple of moves.
I have a pitch.
Sure.
Can we roll? And if we roll well, maybe we get a little extra style. And if we roll poorly, maybe we get a little extra trouble.
You know what? This is actually such an important role. This is a make or break for the team, right? Do we get into the Extreme Blaster Federation, right?
Yeah.
So this check, with whatever resources we haven't rebuilt up or whatever, this is what's on the line. Is if we can roll a 6, we get a legacy.
Okay.
If we fail, we take a doom.
Okay.
On a 4 and a 5, you get a style.
In.
So this is going to be a group roll. Give whatever resources you can. Once again, Jake can't give his
Attitude,
things,
yeah.
attitude
I think
away.
it'd only be fair if you're the only person who hasn't gotten to make one roll this entire run. I feel like you should get to roll it.
Yeah, sure. So
For no ulterior reasons, just to be equitable.
okay. So that
Here's
means
the thing.
yeah.
Right before the end of that run, we got a big old pep talk from our heart playbook, which means we
You
have
got 2 hype dice.
our entire crew resources. So right away, you're rolling with 4d6 because you
Yeah.
2 from your playbook, 2 from the crew. So you're sitting
Bubby
at
can
4.
throw a d6 in.
Okay.
That's 5.
I'm tapped out. I have no dice to give.
I have used all of my device resources, but I do have 1d6 remaining on my attitude, and I think Goby's kind of the driving force of wanting to do this and do this now, so I feel like that's coming from his smarts and from his inherent curiosity. I'll give you that d6.
D6. Okay. So we got
6d6?
I've got 1d6 in my attitude.
and you're giving that?
Yeah.
All right. So that's 7. I'm not going to add anything from mine because I'm going to say I wasn't really around, and I use it to get us on top of the train to start this thing. All right. There's a 1, a 1, a 1, a 3, a 2, a 4, and a 5. No 6s.
Damn it!
We managed to do the curve. It's passable.
Yeah, it's good. But
We have a real shot of getting into the XPF, but it's not like we're not setting any records.
Yeah.
we're going to be in that last tier, on the cutoff. You know what I mean? Do we make it or not, or do we go to the minors? Or
Can I pitch something in the way that the video is sort of filmed? Because we do
Sure.
have to submit this as a video.
Yeah, I have one as well. I'm sure we can double up.
Yeah, I was almost going to say if Esther sort of offered to film because you've got the best phone, you've got that. If we sort of start in a formation where Esther's at the front and sort of as we're going around, each member is passing Esther, so we get individual shots of everyone going by and then a shot sort of the full crew.
Yeah, I like that. I was going to suggest something with we hot potato.
Oh,
Flappy.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Each individual shot involves Flappy somehow.
Yeah.
Dope.
pass along. And this gives, I think it looks incredible.
Yeah.
This is great for clout and all that kind of stuff. However, it does affect our time. I think that's really what
That's what they care about.
that's what they care about. Is looking cool is great for your social media. We do need a time to put down on this form.
Yeah.
So we competently get through everything, but nothing without any big flare. But.
Yeah, I think it's got to be one long unbroken take, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't cut it, otherwise you could be juicing your time. So it's got to be one long thing. Esther's rolling. You see this is the glass and all the you described the big pillars of glass coming off at odd angles, and then right away I think Goby whips out in front on his mobility boosters. He's gliding with the water shooting out the bottom, and is shooting from his arm cannons that hyper precision, he had fine tuned it to. It's the thing that cut down the lookout tower in Null, but here he's using it to cut down these glass branches, and they're falling in slow motion and shattering and sending shards, but also he's clearing the path for us while making this cool psychedelic light show as the Prismodian light filters through the glass. And then you see him kind of glance and his eyes bug out a little bit, and he points, and Maurice goes flying off his back and grabs Flappy just as he was about to careen off one of the sides of the disc, and sort of whips around, whips him through the air, and then flings him and tosses him to the next crew member.
All of these glass shards that are flying up into the air. Bubby, despite not using his mop bucket much, is actually pretty proficient with it. Is sliding along and is stretching out and grabbing big swaths of these glass shards and sort of eating them to make sure that they don't hit the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
And he stretches out and he gulps up Flappy and goes, oops, and then goes, whoop-doo, and spits him out onto the next person.
Jake grabs Flappy next, and maybe the angle of the camera angle that is coming from Esther, it's a side profile kind of a thing. So it looks once again the side scroller kind of effect as Jake is hopping up and kind of being able to rebound back down, using a combination of jumps and everything like that to kind of make up for the fact that he failed on that Soliton way back in the day, and biffing it down. He looks like a great Mario this time, and then throws it over to Miserée.
Miserée is currently doing a dark slide along one of the narrower parts of the curve, sort of flawlessly pulling off this grind, and she jumps and flips her board. She started to become really, really proficient with hoverboarding. Catches Flappy and, like, twirls him, and for a moment it looks like they're, like, waltzing together, and then they ramp off. And as she sort of tosses Flappy, her collapsible panels sort of expand out. And when she lands, she's back in her previous form. A little bit bigger, a little bit more like monstrous and shapeless. Less like girl. And also the light of Prismatia sort of twinkling and shining, and I think a way that Miserée really stands out in this footage is that she is not using any of her sort of Omni-Siphon abilities, or she's not like manifesting eyes or teeth or anything like that. She is fully dark and black, and she is the only thing that is this color in Prismatia.
Yeah.
She lands, catches Flappy, dips him, and then like swings and tosses him over to Esther.
And it's not a far toss. Esther has her selfie stick in her right hand, sort of extended out, catching. Now, this is the first time she's been in the frame since Goby had it. Catches Flappy in her left hand, and then just lets him roll down her arm and across her shoulders behind her head, like someone rolling a hat down their arm. Flappy comes out the other side. You get Esther's big smile as she looks at the camera, and then Flappy just engulfs the whole camera. That's the final shot.
Yeah. We all take that final jump off the lip of the Wanda curve and go careening back towards the train, and Jake punches it at the exact moment, and we slam through the wall and land in a heap back in the train car.
Oh my god, you guys, that ruled!
That was sick as hell!
So
One
cringe.
elderly tennis Spartian, like, sipping tea in the train car, just giving us side eye, like, ooh.
I've seen radder tricks.
So no legacy on that.
No, but we each get a style.
Yeah. And it was an incredible run. You know what it is? I don't think we qualified for the XBF. I think because it gets disqualified because Flappy goes onto the camera. And so technically they don't have the full run. They're like, as a technicality, you technically didn't, but everybody
It's such
knows.
a good trick video.
They're
that,
like,
It goes
it's
so
on
viral.
Yeah, so it's just like it technically disqualifies, but it like
that's not our style of slug blasting anyway.
but everybody gets a bonus style, I guess, if you want to use it.
I'm gonna make this work for us one way or another.
Wild.
Yeah.
7 dice didn't do it. Okay.
And I think mechanically here, this is a great downtime scene of us finally getting to do a run as a full 5-member crew.
Yeah.
But I want to pitch that we use this scene to spend a bunch of that style in our crew bank to take us up to the next level of fame, which would be going from well-established, where we currently sit, to major players.
Yeah.
That would take 9 of our crew style, which leaves us with 2 remaining in the bank.
Yeah.
And I want to pitch a thing here because this was sort of my main contribution to downtime. I don't have a lot. I've completed all of my arcs, and I don't have a lot of style to play with as it is. So I don't have a lot of scenes that I'm going to be taking here, but I would like to buy something under major players. There is a unlockable called Eponymous for 5 style. We only have 2 in our style bank, but I'd like to funnel my 3 style of my player to fully unlock this Eponymous.
Nice.
A route, spot, trick, etc., named after the crew. I think it's less like, they're not renaming the Wanda curve. We didn't beat the time. I don't think it's anything named after us. I think it's our crew getting a name.
Yeah.
Goby will eventually have to submit this footage. He doesn't know that we're disqualified yet. And in that, he has to fill the name into the name for him. And
I hear normal milk is available.
he types in the one big Flappy family, the thing that has been uttered a couple of times now, because he's heard everyone talking about, like, Flappy should be the mascot and that should be our name. And then he goes to hit submit and then is like, Are we sure one big flappy fan? He backspaces and types in one BFF. And it's like, we'll know what it means, but the branding's better. And it's enter. We are officially one BFF.
Yay!
And that gets us a legacy each, which I know one of us already has the legacy of one big flappy family, but it feels like one BFF is also the legacy here. So that's a legacy for every single member of our newly named crew.
And what I like about that is like people probably like talk about the name of the team is like one BFF, like one best friends forever. No, it's actually a different thing. It's this other thing
with our mascot. Have you met our mascot?
One big flappy family. What's flappy? Well, anyways,
they're not on board at first, but then they see Flappy and they're like, oh.
Yeah, then they're on board.
Exactly.
I think there's still some more time on this train trip. We've passed through into Thenispar, and we see the pastoral hills, the old ancient ruins of the city, all of this different architecture that's there. But there's still time before it'll eventually pull into the Miper station in the hub, in the actual sort of urban center. And there's other amenities on the train. People can go off to a dining car. There's maybe a viewing platform, but you're on the train if you're here, sort of thing.
I think Goby and Esther are huddled over Esther's phone, like looking at the footage and kind of like, we can't cut it because it has to be all together, but we're like, messing with the color saturation and the contrast and speed ramp and trying to make it look real cool and stuff.
And yeah, Jake is with Flappy off on their own. I think Jake is just catching a nap. This has been a long like he's currently godsmacked and we're losing the super on that, so now he's just smacked. And just kind of
God was the adjective.
Yeah, God was the adjective. And Jake's fallen asleep a little bit.
It's like when a baby falls asleep on your chest.
Yeah, that's right. Very much that. Yeah.
Aw, cute.
I think this is a moment where Jake is out, Esther and Goby are sort of focused in, and Bubby just kind of feels the attention of Miserée as the only other person in this portion of the train who's not doing anything, and he sort of zhoops up out of his gumdrop form into looking like Timmy Chimmy, looking like that Chalamet, and just said, I'm just gonna go grab some air. I think there was like a glass roofed viewing car or something. I'm just I'll pop over and I'll make sure I'm back with you by the time we hit the station, everyone.
Miserée sits for a second as Bubby leaves the car and is just like taking this moment, and then she stands up and she follows Bubby. She enters into the car and she says, "We need to talk."
Miserée, sorry, I said I was getting some air. I didn't think you were. I mean, you're also
this
allowed
air
to.
is pretty much the same as the air in the other parts of the train. I don't know if you know that.
I suppose
You've been avoiding me. You've been afraid of me. You've never been afraid of me before. And I don't like how that feels. So, I just have a question. Was the kiss a mistake?
I don't know if it was a mistake. In the moment, it felt like the right sort of thing to do, and I wanted to do it, but I just the whole thing with you and Graylene and I felt like I was wing blobbing you for a while, but then I also in trying to think about how I could talk you up, and that way I started to realize how amazing you actually are, and I've always been a little different, and not to say that we're the same, but I think you've understood what being different is too, and it made me feel like I wasn't so alone, and I
I liked that.
I like that too. I think you're right. I think there's a lot of ways in which we are similar and how we're different. And I'll be honest, I really did want Grayleen to like me. But I had to try really freaking hard to make Grayleen like me. And I never had to try with you. And that felt really special.
And I think there's a beat where they're both just sort of standing in this car. There aren't any other people in the observation car, and we just sort of, the camera sort of pulls back, and we see the landscape of Thenispar rolling by, the large obelisk in the distance, and we just sort of... The air isn't discomfort anymore. It is just comfort and enjoying each other's company. So, did you like the kiss?
I mean, it was surprising. But, yes.
Would it be alright if we did it again, but it's not the prize this time?
I'd like that. And she stands there for a second really awkwardly. And then she's like, oh, hang on. And she like shrinks herself down just like a little bit. So there's like less of a height disparity.
And I think they turn to each other and we're back on that wide shot of the landscape, but this time there's not space between them and they lean in. They share a kiss.
Yeah.
And then they both change out of their humanoidish forms. And it's a big monster kissing a gumdrop.
Yes, 100%. 100%. That's what happens.
Is it like one of those gummy candies that where it's like half one color, half the other?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, they like each other for who they are.
Yeah. And this beat, for me at least, is love conquers all. You make it right, prove your loyalty, do the brave thing, or speak your truth. Your bonds are stronger than ever. -1 doom, -2 fractures, which finally zeroes out our fractures.
Yay! We're one big flabby family.
+1 legacy, +1 trait.
And for me, also similarly, this was perseverance. You get back up and keep at it. You always do. Who believed in you? I think that's rather self-explanatory. -1 doom, -1 fracture, negative fractures.
Wow!
+2 legacy, +1 trait.
Whoa!
I'm gonna get rid of missed signals as my doom. I'm down to only 3 doom.
I think missed signals is also one that I had, so I will clear that as well.
Perfect. I think like a name for the legacy might just be something like M-Train Kiss or something. I don't know.
M-Kiss, M for M-Train, but also M for Monster.
Perfect. Yeah, M-Kiss. Love it.
Because I'm also supposed to get another legacy through that. And one doom that I had sort of over the course of this was bad blob. I might take good blob.
Good blob.
And I'm also supposed to take a trait. We're kind of getting toward the end of things, but I think I will take the trait diligent.
I will take middle finger. Can't wait to use that.
Can't believe you left that for the last episode.
I know. I never took middle finger.
I took middle finger.
Middle finger.
Aw, they're meant to be.
Aww.
This silvery bullet of a train pulls up to this the M-Train station that is of the architecture that surrounds it, which is kind of like it stands in stark contrast. This old architecture, new tech, and the crew has a chance to. They don't have to rush off. They're at the end of the line for the train, so they get to spend some time in Thenispar. Getting snacks, seeing the countryside for a little bit. But we're going to actually follow Esther Infinitē. She goes to one of the marketplaces. She asks about where do I find this sweet broth stand? And she finds herself in this market. It's actually kind of like built into the side of a building, this little market stall, and it has like an overhang, and behind it you can see this Thenaspartian. Got nice kind of jewels in her hair and everything like this, nice robe, warmly talking with people, and kind of like in this very like hushed kind of tone, like clearly it's their friend right nearby that's like, and they're gossiping about something. Esther, you approach.
So, excuse me, I'm looking for Panacea Zerth.
My garb. Esther Infinitē, is that you? What are you doing in Thanaspar?
Oh my goodness, you know who I am?
Yes, I've been following your account. I love your outfit of the day.
Oh my god, okay, well, this is turning out to be a way better day than I already was having. Oh my goodness, she's like beaming. Fans, okay, this is... it's like... She's from Popularia. This is the equivalent of like finding $100 on the ground. Just like a random person is like, "I love you." It's like, whoa, jackpot! I'm a rich. Okay, excellent. Okay, well then, great. I don't need to. Perhaps I won't have to charm you into telling me what I need to know. I don't. As you must know, I reside in the plane of Null. Boring.
Oh my gosh, tell me so.
Right.
What am I
I'm
saying?
trying
Sorry.
to spice it up a little, and it is my understanding that you used to hang out with one Marla Pronger, Scoopmonger.
Wait, is that what she's going by now?
Yeah, that's sort of the nickname she, in hindsight, did give herself. Yeah.
Well, she certainly didn't give herself the nickname Marla Wronger. That's what we used to call her here.
Okay, excellent. Then you are exactly who I want to talk to. Give me the dirt. What was she like when she lived here?
Do you not know?
No, that's why I'm asking, but no.
Oh my gosh, as a self-proclaimed maven, let me tell you. It all started with this one video.
Oh, wow. Okay, and Esther's watching this video on the phone that Panacea is showing her, and it's a footage of Marla trying to do like a very young Marla, like preteen, not preteen, like mid-teens Marla trying to do like a man on the street interview thing. And it's it's very cringy and it's very awkward. She's maybe got weird headgear, braces on, and like Esther's snickering like, "Oh my god, this is wow! I can't believe she's trying so hard to look cool." And then like looks at the view count and is like, "There's no way this should have that many views." And it's as she realizes the title of the video, she also sees this young Marla in the video mid-interview with another Slugblaster. She trips and falls on her own robe, that she's like her Thenaspartian robe, and starts like tumbling down cobblestone steps. And that's when Esther realizes the name of the video is Robes Rip Idiot Eats Scrod Brackets Funny.
Marla Wronger is a total screw up. She couldn't do anything right. She was the target of so much ridicule for all of our years in school. I can't believe how she ever did you say scoopmonger? She's trying to reinvent herself. She's giving another honest try to this reporting thing.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Can you send me that video?
Oh, absolutely.
Amazing. Airdropped. Thank you. Oh, this is great.
This was everywhere in this dimension. It hasn't made its way to Null yet?
No, it hasn't.
Be sure to use hashtag Marla Wronger then. I want that to pick back up.
Okay, food for thought. Thank you so much.
Oh, Esther, I'm so glad that I could give this to you.
Yeah.
I feel that we're birds of a feather.
Bet.
And as Esther now has evidence of her chief rival back at Bright Academy, something that could tear down Marla's run as prom queen, our characters come back together and head back towards Null. The only thing left to resolve in this story in my brain is prom.
I'm Liam Creswick.
I'm Scott C. Bourgeois.
I'm Greg Beaver.
And we host I Have Some Notes, the podcast with cuts, keeps, punch-ups, and tweaks on mediocre movies.
Each episode, we pitch potential script revisions and different production choices in an attempt to improve the films that didn't quite reach their potential.
From Armageddon to Zack Snyder's Justice League, we invite you to be armchair screenwriters with us as we swap notes, riff, and celebrate the middle list of movies.
Subscribe now to I Have Some Notes.